Hey everyone, Couch Investor back to another earnings video for today. So let's talk about the LeBron James of AI. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, back in July I made this post on X. So what do LeBron James and Lionel Messi have in common? Well, they were both used by Dan Ives when he initiated coverage of Palantir and AI, so C3 AI. C3 AI was at $138, now down 73%, and the price target was $200. The LeBron of AI setting up for massive growth was the headline, and then for Palantir, the Messi of AI on the golden track to success. And so let's have a look at C3 AI. Q1 non-GAAP EPS a loss here of 9 cents, that beat the analyst estimates by 8 cents, and then a revenue of $72.36 million, that's up 10.8% year over year. Massive growth for the LeBron of AI. Now, I will show you the important numbers for this quarter, but just an FYI, quarter over quarter, most of the numbers are down. Year over year, they might be up, but quarter over quarter, most of the numbers are down. Now, currently, what are the estimates by the market? So we are apparently going to stay unprofitable until fiscal year 2024. By the way, this is Q1 fiscal year 2024. So we're going to stay unprofitable until fiscal year 2025. Their EPS expected to be 7 cents. Then a huge increase fiscal year 2026, 36 cents. By the way, their own guidance, they're not going to be profitable by Q4. Now, if we look at sales for fiscal year 2024, growth of 14.56%, fiscal year 2025, an acceleration there, 20.87%, then another reacceleration, close to 30% growth in fiscal year 2026. So analysts covering this are clearly extremely optimistic about its future. But if we look at the average price target, it now sits at 13.6% below the current price. Well, maybe now a bit less, because currently after hours, the stock is down 7% after being up 181% year to date. And so if we have a look at the numbers right now, revenue is $72.4 million, which is basically flat quarter over quarter. Subscription revenue for the quarter was $61.4 million, constituting 85% of total revenue. Last quarter, that was, I think, in the 79% or something like that. GAAP gross profit was $40.5 million, representing a 56% gross margin. Non-GAAP was $49.6 million, representing 69% non-GAAP gross margin. Last quarter, non-GAAP was 74% and GAAP was 66%. Now, remaining performance obligation was $334.6 million. Current RPO is $170.6 million, a decrease quarter over quarter. So net loss per share GAAP here is 56 cents. Non-GAAP, as we've seen, is a loss of 9 cents. Cash on balance, $809.6 million. Operating cash flow, so net cash provided by operating activities, was $3.9 million, and free cash flow is negative here, $8.9 million. Last quarter, that was positive $16.3 million. Now, with regards to their presentation here, again, yes, they did partner up with the big ones here, Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft, etc., etc. So that's great. They show us some success stories when it comes to the Department of Defense, Shell, Koch, and Bank of America. If you want to read that, go ahead. But I'll jump straight to guidance. So for fiscal year 2024, Q2, net revenue, basically at the lower point, it's basically flat quarter over quarter. At the high point, you're up a tiny bit, $76.5 million. So year over year growth of 15 to 23%. Non-GAAP loss from operation, $27 to $40 million. Now, what's interesting here for fiscal year 2024, that loss is now bigger than before. Last quarter, they were expecting $50 to $75 million of a loss. Now it's $70 to $100 million, so definitely not great. And overall growth of between 11 to 20%. The estimates were growth of around 15%, so it's there at the midpoint. Now, where does their business come from? So total bookings here, diversity by industry, 67.3% comes from federal defense and aerospace. Then we have 9.8% local, 7.9% manufacturing, 5.8% energy and utilities, and then you have all the rest here. Then when we look at generative AI pilots and trials, diversity by industry, you can see that 25% goes to energy and utilities, and then all the rest is basically 12.5%. But what I would love to show you is what happened in the last couple of years. Well, growth-wise, we've seen a lot of growth in one specific area. So first of all, net income loss, October 31st, so the 3-month ending 2021, $56.73 million. Net income loss for this quarter ending, $64.35 million. So an increase in losses. Okay. Then, if we scroll a bit down, what do we see here? Total stock-based compensation expense in 2021 October, $32.54 million. Fast forward to today, $50.88 million. Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of growth where you should not see quite a lot of growth. Now, I do want to say that they are earning quite some cash from interest income here. So 2021, $322,000, and now we're at over $10 million from interest income. So, okay, well played. And so looking at the graph, if we look at the price that was at the end of 2022, even starting 2023, as we've seen, it's up 181%. I think now it's closer 170, 169%. Still quite nice gains there. But if you look at the charts right now, after hours, we're now just under $30 or so. We're going to be testing that 200-day moving average. RSI still pretty neutral. MACD is bearish. If you look at the RSI, we can see the stock go up more, but the RSI did not go higher. Usually that's not a good sign. All in all, C3AI, the best thing that they did is, well, having the AI ticker symbol. I've said this before, I think many people would agree with that. If you want to have exposure to AI companies, there are many other options out there. I mean, if you're looking for a company that does the same thing, but doesn't really do the same thing, I would suggest you to go and look at a company like Palantir. If you want even a safer bet, maybe look at the huge guys, right? Microsoft, Google, things like that. So that will be it for this video. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comment below. If you enjoy this type of content, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.